Hey guys, Ningen here bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and today we are going to talk about the free-to-play Golden Frieza awakening from the final form Frieza that we covered when the story events first came out. So I have my first rotation the way I want it, so let's bring up the overlay here quickly and go through what he does. So he has an enhanced transformation category leader skill, Ki +2, HP attack and defense 50%. I feel like this is why they're bringing us the Super Buu before the movie stuff drops, because obviously Super Buu is the enhanced transformation category leader, and we won't technically have that category in the game until he comes. So I feel like it's unlikely they would introduce the category into the game by it being from a random free-to-play unit from a story event. Now obviously they did do that in the past with the Majin Buu saga with the base form Gogeta glitch, but that was a mistake on their part. It was not supposed to come that early, and then because they messed up, they just kind of had to pull the trigger and put it in. So I think that's why we're going to get Buu. But anyway, if you don't pull Buu, I guess you could always use this guy and a Buu friend if you want to run that team. I'll do a separate video about whether you should summon on the Buu banner when it gets closer to the time, as well as showing him off himself. But anyway, back to Frieza. So his super attack is the Death Beam. Causes supreme damage to enemy, raises extreme class allies attack by 30% for one turn, so that's pretty solid. His passive, Genuine Evil, reduces damage received by 30%, defense plus 20% up to 60 with each attack received. So once he gets hit 3 times, gets an extra 60% defense. That stacked on top of reduced damage by 30% is going to be very, very good. And then he has a support passive, movie bosses, category allies, Ki +2, and attack and defense 30%. So we're seeing a lot of decent free-to-play support units. Like we just got the World Tournament Cell on Global, who's a very good extreme support unit. And yeah, this guy, very good support for movie bosses. I guess the only downside is that he is a Golden Frieza, so you can't run either the Tech one or the AGL. I mean, you probably would be running the Tech one, but you'd have to run this guy instead. But if you don't want the a main rotation with the Tech one as a tank, and you're just looking for another support unit, this guy is a pretty solid choice. So he has a very straightforward Frieza link package. He has Strongest Clan in Space, Universe's Most Malevolent, Prodigies, Thirst for Conquest, Shocking Speed, Brutal Beatdown, and Shattering the Limit. I mean, wow, you remember the days when free-to-play units had no or bad links, so... And then he is in a whole load of categories: Movie Bosses, Full Power, Enhanced Transformation, Most Malevolent Clan, and Seekers of the Dragon Balls. So, I mean, we only have Movie Bosses and Full Power on Global, but we should also have the Enhanced Transformation one by the time this comes to Global as well. And his 12 key multiplier is 140%, very good for a free-to-play unit. And of course, he can be farmed to raise the super attack of other Golden Frieza units. Much easier farm than the old way of doing it through that story event where each one required a ton of medals, so that is also a viable option. But anyway, let's jump back into the gameplay. So I have got the rotation I want already. We're going to pair him up with the Tech Transforming Frieza. Once the Transforming Frieza gets to, I think, final form, he also gets Prodigy, so they share a lot of links. And I'm actually going to put him in this first slot, so we can see how he tanks with type disadvantage. Obviously he reduces damage by 30%. He is of course Rainbow, so let's see what he does. Let's check out this super attack animation. So 660,000 should I say, attack stat. And Frieza of course now going to get a buff to, well yeah, there you go. So giving that buff to extreme allies, the Tech Frieza just obliterating Goku with a crit there. So, and of course we got Broly. Let's get Turles is the better support unit, so let's get him off the rotation. I've talked about this in some of my other showcases where I haven't brought the main category leader. Like I could have brought Turles to be the movie bosses leader, but when we're showing off the free-to-play units, we obviously want to show off their full potential. If you're going to use these free-to-play units on your main team, it makes sense to show them off at their very best. So I figured we would actually bring the double Broly leads, and that's why I've gone into Boss Rush, because it's very possible that we will just smash through the first fight very quickly, if not in some part because of Broly. So, I mean, there you go. Broly's attack and then a quick follow-up to finish off Goku, and that rotation is done. So Frieza gonna transform. I think we should... Actually, no. Well, we might only get to third form, especially with Broly here. So the fact that Broly gives himself 6 ki with his passive. So on any team that has your standard double 3 ki leaders, he's just never not going to super. So he is an absolute beast. Let's see what we're going to take from Gogeta. So yeah, double digits from Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on a free-to-play unit. Obviously the attack stat not crazy high, damage not crazy high, but he is a support unit. You are most likely going to be running him as a floater in that third spot. But, I mean, doing that, you obviously do miss out on the raises Extreme Class Allies attack for 1 turn. But I think, you know, even if you don't have Broly and you only have Turles, maybe you're going to use like a Broly friend. There are so many strong options on the movie bosses team that you're probably not ever going to run this guy as a main rotation unit. So, there's that beautiful transformation animation from Broly. So yeah, you're going to miss out on his attack buffing ability, but, I mean, that's not what he's going to be on the team for. So, Broly probably is just going to kill Gogeta, isn't he? So, and I brought the STR Janemba simply for the fact that he's now not as good as the Int one. And we obviously didn't want to go too crazy on the event. So let's see. Obviously having the Metal Cooler here, having a rotation unit, a support unit on the rotation, definitely doesn't help. I feel like it's very likely that Broly is just going to take out Gogeta here. I mean, 2.3 million attack stat. Man, I can't wait for these banners to come to Global. I mean, I'm kind of scared because I'm seeing some horror stories about the amount of stones it's taken people to summon either of them. And then, of course, he gets the guaranteed additional. So, yeah, he is absolutely going to take him out. So, we will, of course, go on to the next event and see a little bit more of the Frieza. But Broly, an absolute monster. I mean, that's going to be the real, like, thing about these teams is it's almost not going to matter who you bring on your teams. If you pull the Broly or the Gogeta, you pretty much can just throw anyone together, throw a couple of support units in there, and those units are going to crush everything. It's only going to be modes like Super Battle Road or things like Easy A's and stuff where you're going to see any level of difficulty. So anyway, let's see what we can do here, because obviously even on this very first stage of the event, we're not going to one-shot the Sin, so we'll see what... So with Turles on rotation, 860,000 attack stat, critting for 800k, that is probably the best we're going to get out of him, since Broly will make sure that the event doesn't take long enough for him to get, for the Tech Frieza to get to final form, so he can activate that Prodigies for some extra attack, so... Not a bad amount of damage taken from the super attack as well, considering free-to-play unit and it was neutral typing, like no type advantage. So that is very solid. Obviously this rotation is going to be over very, very quickly. I do love the everything about the Broly card. I mean, this animation. Let me know in the comments, guys. Obviously, we're all probably going to be farming up these free-to-play units. Maybe not necessarily rainbowing them, depending on the quality of your box of summonable units. But let me know, who are you going to go for first, Broly or Gogeta? Both of them are fantastic. You've probably heard Truth say already that Gogeta is probably the better unit out of the two. But Broly is definitely going to be the World Tournament King. With that ki plus 6 passive, he's going to have 9 ki at the start of the turn on a World Tournament team, since you of course can't, you don't get the benefit of the friend leader skill. So, but yeah, I'm going to go for Broly first. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, know that I love my villain units and villain teams. So, right, hopefully the Tech Frieza isn't just going to one-shot the STR Omega. I think he already has the damage reduction once he gets to the STR phase, so hopefully we don't take him out in one shot. Excellent. Oh, well. Oh, Tech Frieza. And there you go. I was really wanting to see Frieza take those 3 hits in the second slot there, so Broly's going to transform. we've got Turles on rotation, so this could very much be a goodbye, goodbye Omega. I can't even avoid a super attack with Janemba. Oh god, I need to avoid the Dokkan attack. Okay, good. I still feel like this is going to be GG though, because Broly with the built-in additional. I mean, this is kind of what I was saying about using the secondary category leaders for some of these showcases rather than Broly and Gogeta, because as you can see, Broly just absolutely crushes everything. Janemba going to get an additional super now as well. There are times when you are showcasing some units that you really wish other units that you've had for ages weren't Rainbow. It'd be really cool if there was an option in the menu somewhere, even if it was for like specific events, or maybe you just had to turn it on before you went into an event where it just completely disabled all the hidden potential stuff. But yeah, Broly just gonna absolutely destroy. Right, well, we're going to go on to the first rotation of the last fight, just so we can at least end the video on Frieza. But you can kind of see what I'm saying. He's a support unit. He's not going to be a main rotation unit most of the time anyway. And if you do pull the Broly or have bought a Broly friend, he's going to be doing all the work. So we are going to see a Dokkan attack with him though, which, let's see if I can actually pull off the mouse clicks on the emulator this time. So you got to dodge double digits from type disadvantage. That is great. That is basically what he is there for defensively. So, oh wow, it's going way slower than I thought. Oh no, I've clicked off the emulator. Ah, perfect. Biggest problem with the emulator right there. is having to actually click the nodes. Of course, there is a button on the side that locks the mouse within the actual, like what would be the phone screen, but I always forget to activate it. But anyway, like we said, he's never going to be on your team as a damage dealer. He's there to tank, he's there to buff everybody else, and I think we've seen here that he does a very good job of that. So let me know what you guys think. Will you be farming him up? Will you be putting orbs into him? We can definitely make some very strong free-to-play units, teams with these new units, which I may have to look into for video in the coming days. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. That is going to be it for the video. This has been the Masked Ningen. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are getting super close to the goal of 1,600 subs by the end of the year. I think we're only just over 30 away, so that'd be awesome if we could hit that in the next couple of days. And yeah, join my Discord. The link is in the description below. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram at the Masked Ningen, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.